welcome to another game of Phone Ladies Esports Edition. I'm your host, Isaac Benakis. We're going to be talking about Aleks versus Richard. The first initial draw, we can see that they're looking at getting rid of any particular cards. Richard doesn't decide to remove any cards. Aleks gets rid of his roll twice. Getting rid of your roll twice is a fair card to remove because it doesn't really add a hell of a lot initially. It's more of a, good backup. So straight out on the damage with the paper beating Rock from Richard, smashing Aleks in his first play, entering into the golden dice. The golden dice either heals or damages. He chose to heal based on the dice roll between 1 and 4. Going for a Leech Life seems like a really early play for that card, especially when you take that damage of a 7 plus. What a hit from Aleks to Richard. Richard going with the heal 5, that's a good card to play there. That might bring him up, especially when he wins the Rock beating Scissors, putting him in the lead not only by the damage but also by the heal. A +5 on your roll is only good if you win, so we hope that Richard can beat Aleks with this roll. Nope, neutral, so whoever has the highest deals the damage of its difference, which brings Richard in the lead. At this point, Aleks is probably unable to win, especially with a shield of 2. Any damage dealt this turn will be reduced by 2 damage. That's a draw and a reduction.
Round 1, winner is Aleks.
So we're looking for round 2. They're back to reviewing their cards now. I think getting Aleks got rid of Deflect 2. Deflect 2 is a really good card if you think you're going to lose. And Shield Break is risky. You're really hoping that they roll shields normally, which they have not. So the first hand is going to be played. We have a heavy Rock card being played by Aleks. And oof, with the Scissors, the misdirection, but that's fooled by Richard, fooled him back. Giving himself now 7 shield. That shield's going to protect him from 7 damage dealt. I would say that Richard has a strong lead now. And a deflect of 6. Oof, good timing. That deflect managed to reduce some of the damage that he would have been dealt, keeping his shield active. This is a good play by Richard. I have to say he's very much in the lead at the moment. Now it's a confusing hand by Aleks, and good roll. Aleks dropped down the stone, which knocks out the Scissors. Now we've evened the scores really early on. A heal of 1, kind of like a flat play, but didn't really matter. Looks like Aleks has turned this around. I think Leech Life is the only card that he's got to play. Now the trick is, will he be fooled by the Scissors, or will he... Well, he's playing Scissors, and he wasn't fooled! Does that give him the win? Yes, it does! Richard at the last minute there, pulling through. What a good play. What a good play. So, I guess they're going for a second match now. Let's just have a quick recap while they're deciding what cards they're going to play. Richard pulled through at the very end there by guessing the right hand. One of the common plays is to position a card that's high in one area, whether that's rock, scissors, or paper, and play the opposite to that. Remember, traditionally, the best way to trick somebody is to play the same card that they're playing. That can always even out the field. A paper versus paper off the bat with a shield of 7 and 7 means it looks like Richard's shield took the most amount of damage there. Second cards are coming out. We have Scissors and a trick with Rock. Once again, draw, but Richard has the majority here. However, Alex's shield didn't protect him enough. That damage was high. Still even, neck and neck. See what the next card is. Aleks put down a Rock Scissors favored card, and Richard has put down a Rock favored card. This was a good time to... Oof, both playing Scissors. Nice deception there. It's a bit hard when you play your card first, and you should wait for their card before you make a decision. This is a good time for a golden die, and he's going on the offense. That's 2 damage dealt straight to Aleks. So, next card's being decided here. We have Aleks is down on a strong paper and a rock paper decision. The scissors, oh, very good. So far, the plays from Aleks has been very deceptive to his card being placed down. Managing to catch that is really good. Second golden dice has been played this round, and he goes for a heal. This is neck and neck. That is a good card to leave last with a leech life at this time. If he can draw or guess it right, which he does, he takes the round. Ouch. Second round here we're looking at. So, hands are being looked through. It's a bit hard to know what the best card to play is until you've done a few rounds against your opponent. Then you can kind of get an understanding of whether they favor shields or not. But I'd have to say Richard does favor shields a lot more. So, going for a shield. Deceptive roll. No, he didn't deceive. Oof. Good play from Aleks. Managed to break through that shield and deal damage. Very good play at that. Second draw. Heal 3. Smart move. And paper versus paper. Very good. He'll only heal 2 for that one after he takes the damage. And looks like this round is very much Alex's lead. Richard's going in for scissors versus scissors. That's draw. Alex the higher roll though. So damage is still dealt towards Richard. Both players take damage on draws. Shield 3. He really likes his shields. And he very much often goes opposite of the card that he plays, which is not fooling Aleks this time. The lead is so high, it would be hard for him to catch up. Well, impossible. Yeah, it's impossible for him to catch up. There we go. Aleks taking round 2, leading us into the third round. I think it would be time that I would look at shield breaks for this, as Richard tends to play a lot of shield-related cards. You maybe only want 1 shield break. You probably want to play it quite early. People tend to play their shield cards early. Otherwise, Leech Life is always a safe card to have at the end. Roll +5 are risky. You've got to make sure you get it. So deflects, shields. But if you're confident that you know what they're going to play, or if you're very good at tricking them, you should then go. So, rock versus paper. Rock loses, but the damage 4 still is dealt, except with that deflect. Damage has been reversed. Ooh, Richard, bad start. He's back to his shield cards, and he played well with those scissors, but he has a deflect 5, so the damage will be deflected back, resulting in a even kind of playing field here. Let's have a look. Another deflect with, yep, oh, good play. Rock beating scissors, high damage with a deflect, in case he had done any damage just then. This is going to be hard for Aleks to return from. Shield breaker, probably too early, I would say. Too late in the game. Usually people go for a leech life or a heal. Not that that matters when you get beaten anyway, so the damage is dealt with a life steal heal. This is really going to be a luck of the draw. Yeah, he went for paper even though he's got high on rock, but that damage is still dealt.
Round 2 winner is Richard. Oof.
1 round to Richard, 1 round to Aleks. This is the final round we're moving into here. So just to recap, we would have seen some really interesting plays. You can see Richard tends to favor his shields and Aleks tends to favor his heals. They're both very good. I think a couple of shield breakers would be valuable from Aleks, and I think Richard should focus a little bit more on his plus damages because they do outright damage. Those outright damage moves can really set you up even if you end up losing a hand. The other thing that I've noticed a lot is that Richard tends to favor his tricked plays. He'll play a card that looks like scissors and go for paper instead. Now, Richard's gone all scissors favored hand. This can be detrimental because there can't be too many tricks going on there. Paper beats Rock. Again, Alex with the lead, plus the roll, +7. That is a lot of damage. He went on the offense with his lucky dice. And that still positions Alex much, much further ahead for this round. I think Richard's already on the back foot. Will he get felted again? Let's have a look at his plays. Going paper, and he did. That takes Alex further, and he managed to deflect the damage that was going to be dealt to him. That's a whopping 11 damage. Now with a deflect 2 and a draw, but Alex with the roll twice with a high number that deals a higher output of damage. I think Alex might actually end the game before they use all their cards. Let's have a look. Richard again. This would take a close to defeat, but there is no coming back from this. Alex has got the clear win. 1 HP for Richard, and he loses one more time. That was a clean sweep, simple win. Nothing, there's nothing to say about that. Alex has won that round completely. Feel bad for Richard, but you shouldn't rely on a full hand of the same color. That diversity between colors can really trick your opponent into what they're about, like into the wrong play. A lot of roll pluses here. I think from the recent win, Alex is hoping that he gets another line of wins, which doesn't look good straight off the bat there with a damage +5 plus his roll. Doing 10 damage in the first turn. Will this be the comeback that Richard needs and wants? A nice heal in his dice there. Rock v Rock with a higher number from Richard. So some clear damage is going to be dealt on both parties, but Richard's coming out much better here. A shield is a good time for a shield at this stage, and it wins on the roll. Damn, Richard's cleaning up. Both rounds have been pretty intense with their plays. He's going for the roll +1, which just increases the damage, and if you win, which he did, the amount of damage he dealt is 11 damage, leaving Alex in the same position Richard was last term. There is no coming back from this. Richard has won even if he loses, and he did. That's fine. Richard takes this round. This meaning the last round to decide the winner. We could not ask for a more interesting and exciting playing field today, folks. Heal 6 from Richard's looking good. We got a couple of roll twices and deflects. One heal from Alex and a deflect again. He's favouring these deflects now. It's a bit frayed and his hand's a little bit more diverse. What's Richard going to play? He's going to go for his shield. Richard really likes his shields. I'm amazed Alex hasn't put up a shield breaker yet. That's a clear win from Richard on his first turn, but there must have been a good deflect there, reducing all the damage. So Richard's going for a flat-out damage and an attack. Even though he has a deflect of 4, that's still going to be a significant amount of damage on the second turn here. They've definitely picked both defensive builds, high on their deflects and heals, and trying to avoid taking damage, which is not working in Alex's favor. He's quite far behind now, so he's really going to have to hope for a couple of wins. And that was a good win with the extra 1 damage and the heal for 2, so he definitely came out higher in the points there, but he's still 10 points away. And then we've got a heal from Richard.
Oof, and the final winner, Alex wins in round 3.
Wow. Way to end that epic play.